appreciate you, buddy. Doing Instagram and YouTube, both live here. Oh, okay, there's that, and there's that, and I'm gonna hopefully get some folks joining here in just a moment. Wanted to go live a few minutes ago, but that didn't work out. That's okay. Thank you guys so very, very much for being here. We're here at the corner of Warm Springs Road and Las Vegas Boulevard at this 7-Eleven, where regular unleaded, you can see right there, $3.38 a gallon versus the diesel, which is $3.77 a gallon. And we've seen it a few of the gas stations in town here where that's been inverted, right? The diesel costs more than the the diesel costs less than the regular unleaded, which is pretty interesting stuff. And you see this huge plot of land here on the southwest corner of Warm Springs here at Las Vegas Boulevard. It is, it's been the site of a lot of speculation. They've talked about maybe putting in an NBA stadium. They've talked about putting in all sorts of different things, but my guess is it'll probably get used. Tobin, welcome, buddy. Thank you for being here, my friend. Yes, I'm a little bit late, but hopefully not terribly late. Had to stop and get some fuel. But Mike, welcome. Thanks for being here, buddy. Here at Warm Springs and Las Vegas Boulevard. We'll get going here in just a moment. Yes, I did. In fact, I've been posting. I also posted it on Instagram too, so folks over there could get to see it. That's really, really cool stuff. People love seeing the vintage Vegas, especially because it just doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. Vintage Vegas was so well loved. You know, it's like that saying or whatever it was that Ed Helms' character Andy said at the very last episode of The Office. I wish there was a way to know that you're living in the good old days before you leave them, or something to that effect. And those days have been left. They no longer exist. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here now. Paula, welcome. Thank you for coming in so much. And thank you for your notifications, too. I appreciate that, Paula. I saw Vegas Unlocked last night, said at the end of their stream they wanted to do... Actually, no, Tobin told me that. They wanted to do an interview with one of the Michael Jackson performers named Tony. That'll be cool. Definitely want to check in for that. As we go up here and we'll make a U-turn. So this is Warm Springs westbound. It has no interchange there at Interstate 15. We'll go back this way and head back north towards the strip here. Las Vegas Boulevard. Christopher, welcome. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Scott, welcome. So right now the car reads 112. And again, that's probably skewed somewhat because of all the hot pavement around me, but I'm guessing the official high will probably be around 104, I'm thinking. Somewhere like that. It's usually about 10 to 15 less, unless we're in this range, then it gets to be about 10. But yeah, it's been a very hot day for sure. The AC has been kicking in the automobile. So we come up here to the interchange with the 215 Beltway, and you can see Las Vegas Boulevard just runs right over it. There's no bridge here. It's almost like the 215 goes underneath it. I mean, like dips to go underneath it. Or something like that. So I hope everyone had a great week. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate everyone being here. 95, wow. Wow, yeah, it's warm. Right on, Scott, thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Really love having you guys with me. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. You know, again, one of my inspirations for doing this was Jeremy there for LAOC TV on YouTube, and then he moved. He's no longer in LA, so I used to just like watching, and you know, he would tell you stuff about the town and all that, so I'm like, that's pretty cool, I should do that. And then, you know, the whole aspect of, well, everyone thinks that Vegas is, you know, an adult playground, and they all think we all live on the Strip, and of course that's not the case either. So, showing you guys the real Vegas, right? The mean streets. And you may have noticed I've been starting to say that in some of the beginnings of some of the videos. That's because that first 30 seconds is crucial to new viewers coming in, and it's very, very critical, I found, to try and keep those folks around after those first 30 seconds. So if I'm just like, yeah, so I'm on this street corner and this street corner, and how is everybody today? That, you know, I tend to lose a lot of viewers that way. So try and tell them I'm on the mean streets of Las Vegas. As we pass the airport over here off to our right. Hey Scott, I wish I did, man. My insurance won't allow it. I've already looked into it, and yeah, they won't allow it, unfortunately, because I'm streaming. And oh, by the way, I know Tobin saw this, but that collision that I got into, I got an email from USAA, the other driver's insurance, and they said that their driver is not liable for the damage to my vehicle. I don't know how that works. I don't know how they arrived at that decision. I wrote him back, said, what is your rationale and justification for this decision? And they were not responding. So, insurance companies, right? There's the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign right there in the median. It is, absolutely, Tobin, absolutely. I think that's just their way of trying to get out of it. Yeah. So I'll figure it out, and I'll you know, have to work with a body shop and all that. It's just one more expense that I didn't want to have to deal with and all that. But yeah, I can't believe they found in favor of their driver. What a surprise, right? As we come up here to the light at Russell Road, so Allegiant Stadium, home of the NFL's Las Vegas Raiders, just to our left, right over the interstate right there. So Las Vegas Boulevard and Interstate 15 both parallel each other throughout the entire town. Let's see if I can point it out that way. And I sent them the video and everything. There's Russell, pointed out towards the stadium, which would be on the right side up there. Oh, wow, Yomil, yeah. Though I'm glad it worked for you. That's good. Yeah, so many of them are big. And of course, they're jacking our rates. And I have Geico, right? So I called Geico the night of the accident or whatever, and I told them what happened. I said, I know I'm supposed to notify you guys, because if you hear about it from their insurance company, then that's going to make me look bad. So I want to call you and tell you, but I don't want to file a claim, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what happens when I go up for renewal in October. Because there's so many people here who their car insurance is ridiculous. I mean, I've heard people say they're spending $300-400 a month. Now, I don't know anything about their driving history or anything as we take a look here at Mandalay Bay. $300 and $400 a month. That's just disgusting. And my property taxes, I just got my property tax bill for the year, $4,100 for the year that I get to, the pleasure and privilege of paying to Clark County, because they own the land, right, upon which my domicile sits. So they get to charge me for that land. Mark, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate all you guys being here. So Sayalitas over here, I've heard good things and bad things about it. So I've had people say they have huge burritos in there, but then I've also heard people say that they weren't pleased with the food. So I guess it goes both ways. I have not eaten there, so I can't say for certain myself. I got to get around this guy. want you guys to be able to see. Nirvana Hotel over here. Oh, good. You're turning. Nirvana Hotel sign, at least right there. And I'm replaced by, oh, Massachusetts, my goodness. That's a drive, unless that's a rental car. That is a drive. God, Massachusetts drivers. I've driven in Boston before. Scary. Very scary. They are just, wow. 5,200, wow. Yeah, Scott, mine's 4,100 for the year for my property taxes. I just got it in the mail this week. 4,100. I'm like, good Lord, you guys. And we're still bottom 5, that bottom 10 in education outcomes and achievements every year, right? I mean, it just doesn't change. But yeah, and that does seem like a little bit on the light side for Washington State. I know that you guys are expensive up there. So sitting here at Reno Avenue, which sits in between Excalibur there. You can see an ad for Carrot Top, of course, at the Luxor. Oh, wow, Yo Miller, wow. Oof, at least you were okay. That's the important thing. Yeah, every communication that I had with them, oh, why don't you go ahead and just pull over in front of me? They were always like, the first things out of their mouth, well, we're glad you're not hurt. And I'm like, you're not glad that I'm not hurt. You're just glad that you're not gonna have to pay. Look at me. Hello. Wow. Oh my goodness. Driving in this town, it's an adventure. 5,600, okay, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, your home ownership, right? Your home is never really yours, because if you don't pay that tax bill, the county comes along and the government takes it, right? 2,500, yes, wow. I'm jealous, that's awesome. They are theft, yeah, absolutely. And what do you get in return for that? And as I've documented so many times on this channel, right? Like, so take a look over there at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty over there, 2/5 version of the one in New York Harbor. And then the magnificent lion over there in front of MGM Grand. Yeah, so I mean, Metro, I mean, our property taxes here go to pay, for them. And if you need them, it'll take them hours to come out, if they come out at all. And if the casinos need them, boom, they're right there. 2x2 formation, 40 deep. Like soldiers, especially in Caesars. I mean, I've seen that a lot lately. For some reason, the cops are really they're emerging with a very heavy police presence there at Caesars. I don't know what's going on in there, but I've seen that video. I am, yes, Nighthawk. Yes, I am heading up north, and so tonight I will be hopefully broadcasting the Rome, formerly of Sublime with Rome. Let's take a look there at the Statue of Liberty there in New York, New York. And Sublime, of course, very popular rock group. 90s, 00s, and beyond. But he's no longer with them, but it's a legal thing. The Pacquiao, yes. Yeah, I know everyone's into that tonight too, yeah. It's funny that they scheduled that. I guess that's how they compete. How Fremont's trying to compete with the Pacquiao fight. I'm sure it'll be on the TVs at the bar. That's interesting that they schedule these things all like that together. Also, since I've got 24 people in here, no street performers. I know that was the downside of it. That's the way. So no Club Clyde tonight either. That's the unfortunate. But 24, thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. Also, please check out Vids from Mike. He does some sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos, as well as he just posted a new video just 20 minutes ago that you don't want to miss, of another place on planet Earth. And that's all I'm going to say. You do see the crowds on the pedestrian crosswalk up there. Those are some pretty healthy looking crowds. Probably because of Pacquiao, I'm guessing. Let's go ahead and move over here behind the Bronco. Nope, let's not. So you can see the misters over here on the right sidewalk as we pass by. Traffic is pretty light though, right? I mean, I seem to be going through here pretty quick. The misters there putting up all that, throwing up all that water there on the sidewalk for folks. Those are the sidewalk cafes and restaurants. There is the Bellagio right there. And I'm gonna try and get, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I'll get in this lane. There we go. Try and see if I can do this without the sun. Oh, I almost had it. There we go. There's the Bellagio with 2 palm trees in the way. Now, you'll note that if you've been a long-time member of this channel and seen our other videos, this is not what Nellis Boulevard looks like. This is not what Lamb Boulevard looks like. Very, very different outside of this strip in Fremont corridor. You see old Red up there with the misters going up on the 2nd floor there. But again, oh, now the car reads 121 degrees. Caesar still has its fountain going out there. There's Metro going the other way. But MGM has turned the fountains off at a lot of their properties. And of course, charging you $25 for silverware and plates and stuff if you order room service. Offering less, paying more. That's the biggest way nowadays. That Hummer limo just cut in front of all those cars. Wow. Taking some risks. I'd show you Caesars over here off to the left, but the sun is right there. There's Harrah's right there, which is where that photo that Tobin graciously offered and I posted earlier this week on Throwback Thursday, where the Holiday Inn used to be. If you haven't seen that photo, check it out. Oh, are they doing that tonight? I didn't know that. Joseph, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Florida driver. All those Florida drivers. There's the Hard Rock guitar-shaped hotel, still taking shape as it ascends into the sky above the strip here. And again, please check out Vids from Mike. He's got some great videos coming up you do not want to miss. He was somewhere different, other than Vegas, here on planet Earth. That's VIDSFROMMIKE, and at the top of his page it says Michael, because I noticed there's another Vids from Mike on there, on YouTube, so his is the one that has the name Michael above Vids from Mike on it. I think you have to scroll down, because the first one, I think it had like 3 subscribers or something, and that's not the right one. And there is T.I. right there, Treasure Island. Captain Jack Sparrow hanging out in there. Palazzo, still with the sheet out there on the facade of that building that they're constructing. They're on the, just below the main tower there. That's actually like a big curtain that's made to look like a building facade. Obi-Wan, welcome. Thank you for being here. And also, please check out my wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. She does astrology and spirituality videos. And even if those aren't your thing, if you could still like and subscribe, it would mean a ton to us. And also recommend her to others that you know that would be into that topic. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. Really want to try and help her grow. Her and Mike. They're both small channels, and I want to really go the extra mile. Mike is a really, really cool guy. I know he doesn't do any lives or anything, but I promise you he's a really, really cool guy. So please check out Vids from Mike. And as more and more streamers become almost ubiquitous here in this town, of course, the odds, right? The odds have it that some of them are not going to be as friendly, let's say, as Vegas Unlocked, or some of the others that we've talked to and that you've seen on this channel. And most of those tend to be TikTokers, but there's some on YouTube as well. So I wouldn't push someone that I didn't believe in myself, so I promise you that. There's Fashion Show right there, where Steven from Not Leaving Las Vegas keeps getting kicked out. Oh, goodness. Steven's a great guy, very knowledgeable, very well read. Again, Tina, welcome. Thank you for being here. That's where I got to draw the line a little bit, Christopher. That's, yeah, eeks. That's a little bit too much. I grew up in it in South Florida, growing up in Fort Lauderdale, and it was, you know, it was very common for us to have, you know, an 80-degree Christmas day. And so that's kind of what I grew up with. It was very, very rare that we had actually a cool type of Christmas day, and that was like 60 degrees maybe. So, yeah, my wife and I, Cinnamon and Jupiter, we talked about maybe getting like if we could have ever afforded a second home, if home prices crash or whatever, we'd probably do like a little condo or something up in like Montana or something. Although Vermont is nice too. I mean, not to exclude the East Coast. Vermont and New Hampshire are really, really cool. There is the Wynn and Encore right there. And then, of course, Resorts World, that is just making all kinds of missteps and mistakes. From, you know, letting bookies that they shouldn't be letting in to promote sports gambling and all that, and etc. And then Fountain Blue up there with the, you know, the $6 per nacho chip. $6 per nacho chip. That's just brutal. Encore, and then you have these little strip shopping centers here, no pun intended, here on the strip. Ooh, we're all slowing down right here. That is the world's second largest LED screen there on the side of Resorts World. I'll show it to you here when we clear this here. Apologies if I missed some of your comments in chat. I really try to read as much as I can. Traffic down here, there it is, there's the LED screen. Traffic down here is a mess, as you might imagine. And it's weird, because usually it's the south end of the strip that's like this. Now it's the north end. Pacquiao fight is at what, T-Mobile? Because that would be at south end. Yeah, and if you ever drive in Vegas, especially on the strip, never leave a safe following distance in front of you, because you see what's going on. They will just, they're vicious. They don't care. These taxis and Ubers. Circus right there, available for $5 billion with a B dollars. There was one rumor that floated around social media this week, and it's been going on for probably a couple years now, that said they're going to, someone's going to buy it and demolish it and put in a new super duper resort or whatever. No confirmation from the actual local news sources, etc. But I am heading to Fremont. Yes, Christopher. Yes, thank you, Paula. Please like and subscribe, you guys. Especially if you're new. Well, you can only subscribe once, but if you're new, please like and subscribe. And definitely like it. Helps the algorithm and helps show the live stream to other folks here on YouTube. Tony, my brother, I was just mentioning you, actually. I was doing some driving videos before I went live. I was just mentioning you and your channel. I'm like, thank God I finally remembered to mention Tony. How are you, man? So I wanted to mention Tony's channel. I've been wanting to mention your channel, and I just, some of the imagery that I see, it's like, it boggles my mind, and I kind of lose my train of thought. But I'm like, you know, and shout out to international viewers. And speaking of international viewers, Tony Teresi down in Australia. And then I think I tried to spell your name correctly. It's 2 R's, right? Yeah, 2 R's. Absolutely, Tony. Yeah, right on. Like, we got Australia. I've had folks comment from Germany. Be Real NZ, New Zealand. I haven't seen him in a few weeks, though. Hope he's doing okay. And then Turkey. I've had someone from Turkey as well. But pretty quiet week in terms of business and business news here in Vegas. It's been pretty sporadic, but again, with the numbers being down 6% in May, and now we're approaching the last 10 days of July, so the June numbers should come out here pretty soon. Oh, nice, Paula, thank you so much. Right on. Paula, you are a godsend. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, so they want to revitalize this area in here. This is the 2-mile roughly stretch between the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street. And if you ever wanted to walk between the two, this is what you would be walking through. This area in here. So really, the Sahara demarcates the end of the Las Vegas Strip, I guess officially. But I've always said the Strat, because I'm like, well, a lot of folks like to walk up to the Strat. And certainly, like PK, Planet Chaos, he did. Was he there last night? Oh no, there was another streamer there last night. PK was there for the 4th, that's what it was. On that 108th floor where the glass is cracking and all that up there. But I guess if they said it's someone, I had a comment from someone that said it's been like that for years now, so I guess it's okay. Tony's on IG. Could you drop your IG? Tony or Paula for Tony? That would be cool. Thank you. Love helping out other channels. Take a look there at the Strat, stretching 1,149 feet, I believe, above the Las Vegas Strip there. Finally constructed in 96. And then you have the Aztec Inn over here. Shout out to Tobin, who told me this place has had quite a very unfortunate history, let's say. They've had some issues throughout the years. Linda, welcome. Thank you for being here. Right on. And again, I will be, I'll do my best to live stream Rome, formerly of Sublime with Rome, tonight starting at 9. But I'll start the stream earlier than that. These guys are stuck in the median there. And Sublime had, you know, huge hits. They span multiple decades. They Wrong Way was one of their songs. So was Santeria, etc. I don't know if those are on the playlist for tonight, but very, very good songs. I'm looking forward to it. I hope they do get to play some of those classics, Sublime classics. Fires and lawsuits, yes. Wow, it's amazing what's going on, or what's been going on at least. That's wild. So you see the two showgirls there, 50 feet tall, right here where the road forks between Main Street. Yeah, Sublime came to popularity like in the 90s. At some point in the 90s, I think it was. There's the showgirls there. City of Las Vegas, and of course the City of Las Vegas arches that we passed back there. There's Atomic Golf right there for all of you golfers out there looking to take a swing or two. And again, if you're new, welcome. Please like and subscribe. This is the Vegas Don channel. We do all things Vegas, not just the glitz and glam of the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street, but everything else in between as we come up here to Wyoming Street and the state streets as they're known, especially over here on the east side of town. Also, shout out to Vids from Mike. Please like and subscribe to Vids from Mike. That's VIDSFROMMIKE. Does some sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos as here in Vegas, as well as other spots here on planet Earth that you do not want to miss. In fact, one that just posted about 40 minutes ago. So definitely check that out. And also Cinnamon and Jupiter, my wife's channel, she does terrific spirituality and astrology videos. And even if those aren't your thing, if you could like and subscribe, it would really mean a lot to us. So really, really grateful for all of you. So we enter what is now being called downtown Las Vegas. Able Baker Brewery right there. You can see there's a pretty good crowd in there. This is the Arts District. This is the area they're trying to revitalize in between the Strip and Fremont Street down here. And they're supposed to be building like a big 5-story parking garage. Right on, Linda. Thank you. I love having you guys along. It's awesome. This is really one of the highlights of my week. Aside from being with my family, of course, because, you know, work and all that, but... So I like pulling in here and showing you guys this, especially if you're new to the channel and you didn't know this was here. A little bit of Hollywood movie history here. That mural right in front of us from the movie Hangover 3. Phil, Stu, Alan, and Doug walked across this section of roadway right here at Main Street and came across a la Abbey Road, a la the Beatles, which is really, really cool, in my humble opinion. So definitely check this out here on Main Street, especially if you watched any of that series, the 3 Hangover movies. And the Vegas, well, the second movie wasn't Vegas, but that's okay. See, this is a little bit dangerous right here, trying to poke my nose out and see. Okay, there we go. Nevada Brew Works over there on the right. And again, a lot of these places, so you see Soul Belly Barbecue next door to the brewery. A lot of these places operate independently. So it's good to know when you go to these places, especially the breweries, if you're hungry, they're going to tell you you have to go to next door or whatever to get food from blah, 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 XYZ place. And so you're going to end up with 2 tabs. Not a big deal, but it is when it comes to tipping and stuff like that. And then you end up with all these weird service charges, right, on your receipt. That doesn't happen. I haven't seen that happen down here along Main Street so much. Not like it is down on the Strip, where they're adding concession fees and service fees and all sorts of other fees to your restaurant tab. Unfortunately, they're all getting into that. And okay, this is Charleston right here, a major east-west artery here. I'll take you from one end of the valley to the other here in Las Vegas. And I guess that's an artwork of some sort there on the corner, that slanted metal looking thing there. I'm not sure. Come up here to 3rd Street and we'll go up here to Las Vegas Boulevard. 74 people here. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate you guys being here. Very grateful for all of you. And also, please, if one of my moderators could please drop the link for Vids from Mike, Cinnamon and Jupiter, and Mr. Tony Teresi, I would appreciate it. Go ahead, buddy. There you go. Really, really awesome people, awesome channels. Tony is down under, so can watch Australia from the comfort of your home. Especially if you're on the big screen. You're watching on like Roku or Fire TV or something. Watch it on the big screen. This used to be a Walgreens or CVS or something over here, but it's had that signage up for a while now, indicating that it would be an office furniture store. However, that has yet to happen. And then I wanted to bring you guys right over here. Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum right here. I'd like to show you guys this. We have a little bit of time. There we go. Thank you, Mike. Excellent. Thank you, Tobin. And so this is the property here for the Haunted Museum. We're just gonna go up here and make a little turnaround. I think these guys are looking for Ubers or something here. Yep, calling for a ride. See some clowns there. I'm just leaving.
What's that?
I'm just driving through.
Okay, exit down on the white wall down there.
Okay. Oh yeah, they got a gate here. It's closed. Okay. Very cool. Thank you, guys. Shout out to the best mods on YouTube. I might be a little bit partial, but that's okay. Best mods on YouTube by far. And there you can see the downtown skyline right there. With the Circa standing 480. Didn't I do this last time and I went through this last time? Everything's closed, buddy. I gotta come back out the other way. There's the Masonic Temple here. Vegas Lodge, for anyone into that. $54, goodness. Oh, that's right, it's an automated. Okay, I gotta sit on the sensor, that's right. There we go. Yeah, again, if you were with us during the live drive we were doing down on the Strip, or down on Fremont Street, when we pulled into the Mob Museum, that collision that I got, I know I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but yeah, they emailed me this week and told me that their driver is not liable for my damage. If you watched that video, and then I posted a little short of what happened as well. This is like a little shortcut over here to Las Vegas Boulevard. I mean, I guess that means we have to like yield for people that are backing out of parking spaces now. So when you're like in a grocery store parking lot or somewhere really, really busy, it'll take you 5 hours to get out of that parking lot. We got some folks here for the wedding chapel. So they painted, of course, the bike lanes here all green. 120 degrees in the summer, no one's using that. So we make this right here onto Las Vegas Boulevard. And again, this is the area you would be walking through if you wanted to try and walk between Fremont and... Oh, thanks, Excel. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, Tony, I couldn't believe... I was like... And I emailed them and asked them for their rationale and explanation. They still haven't responded. USAA. Oh. Yeah, so I gotta do it myself, I guess. This is another piece of Hollywood Now TV history right here. This building should look familiar to anyone familiar with History Channel's Pawn Stars. The only one on. Wow. Wow. That's rare. So this is the home of Rick Harrison and crew. There's Pawn Plaza, opened up in 2015. Shout out to both Mike and Tobin for helping me remember that. Now, Rick does come in here and tend bar at that second floor bar upstairs. Rick's Bar, it's called, appropriately so. And then he has a barbecue place there on the first floor, just underneath the bar. But the bar has a little balcony out there. Probably a little too warm to be up there with it right now. But this is Pawn Plaza. It's really just kind of a collection of containers. Shipping containers and stuff. But there is Pawn Stars. Yes, Shane, right on. All right, let's see if I can pull out here in front. Oh, we got some traffic. I want to try and get the front of the facade, building facade here. There we go. And that is the front of it that you usually see there on History Channel. very, very, I watched it like the first 3 seasons myself, and I know I've said this to you guys before, so apologies if you're hearing it again, but yeah, when Rick was like offering people $10 for stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Yeah, Excel, absolutely. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch in the beginning. All the cool stuff people would bring in. I mean, they brought in a cannon at one point, and when I first moved here, I went to Pawn Stars there and Federal Courthouse building over here on our right, and they had that same cannon. I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I had to get a picture with that, of course. But I mean, you could probably find it on eBay if you wanted to buy anything exclusive to, you know, the Pawn Stars line, because everything inside that shop is really expensive. Super expensive, but it is still a fully functioning 24-hour pawn shop. So they still have people bringing stuff in. The cameras and stuff, from what I understand, a lot of that they do now in LA. They probably had too much issue trying to film here with folks trying to get in and stuff. So this is Fremont Street right here, guys. This is the east end of the Fremont Street experience. Again, the temperature's probably keeping a lot of folks. There are 3 deuces, so three of a kind there. That deuce is the bus that runs in between. And there's transit security there to make sure that the buses stay safe. They run in between here and Fremont Street. It's $8 for a 24-hour pass. So definitely consider that if you're thinking about going between Fremont Street. Oh, nice, Tobin. Wow. That's not bad. That's awesome. It's me, welcome. We're here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Cruising the Las Vegas, well, not Las Vegas Strip anymore. That's back behind us, but yes, 30%. Yep, at least. Goodness. Yeah, and they import it, of course, from China and all that, right? Really, really high markup on that stuff. 20 years, wow. I mean, they say that pawn shops are like the best place to go for jewelry. You don't want to go to the places in the mall you're going to pay top dollar. But you know the pawn shops have tested the stuff and know that it's real and all that. I don't know if I'd want to wear someone else's jewelry, though. That's weird. Especially if it was something special to them, you know? And that, you see that, of course, that's why there's a pawn shop almost on every corner in this town. Because a lot of people get into the whole gambling thing and then just, you know, this whole downward spiral. Very sad. There's the Mob Museum right there on the right, guys. I'm not going to bother pulling into the parking lot, but that is the Mob Museum there. Former U.S. Post Office, as well as the former U.S. Federal Courthouse down here in downtown Las Vegas. This is 4th Street here. So we'll continue westbound here on Stewart. Named for Helen Stewart, one of the pioneers, original landowners here in Las Vegas, who speculated and gobbled up a whole bunch of land here because they were trying to figure, oh, there's a cat crossing the street up there. Because they were trying to guesstimate where they were going to put the railroad line in when they finally did between LA and Salt Lake. So this road is named after her. And I've got a vehicle next to me, so I'll wait for you to go by. And then I'll get over. And then Main Street Station right there in front of us. Not one of the station casinos. Shout out to Tobin for that. But it is owned by Boyd Gaming. And also, Tobin, I got your memo. I did some Windex on the windows. I hope it's better today. I definitely want you guys to be able to see everything without obstruction. A lot of Walgreens, definitely, yes. And 7-Elevens. 162 7-Elevens here. Which is, again, another shout out to Tobin for helping me out with that one. Here's the California Hotel Casino right here. Not on the Fremont Street experience. There's the Circa's Garage Mahal. So I don't know if you guys know, and I'm not getting into politics because we don't do that here on this channel. There's so many channels out here that'll deal with that. But I will say the big beautiful bill, as it's been called, that just passed Congress here, you can only deduct 90% of your gambling losses. 90%, not 100% anymore. So Derek Stevens, the guy that owns the Circa, and there's the west end of the Fremont Street Experience right there. Oh, they got metal detectors up. Wow. Huh. Yeah, so the guy that owns the Circa, he was in the news this week because he was telling people this is going to ruin things, blah, 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 for gambling in Las Vegas. He's like, in fact, I got a lot of, big whales who have said that they're going to go ahead and take their business offshore so that they can avoid having to pay those, because you're essentially paying 10% of your losses or whatever, which, I mean, cry me a river. If you're gambling, I mean, that's part of what's expected. The rest of us aren't usually able to do that, right? So kind of a big deal going on right now, especially here in Vegas, and I'm sure in Atlantic City. 88 of you, thank you guys so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. Also, check out Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, and Cinnamon and Jupiter, my wife's channel. She does astrology and spirituality, and this guy, I wanted to make sure he wasn't going to try and back up on me. And there it is, 50 bucks, 50 US dollars to park there at the Golden Nuggets parking garage, which is just wild, in my humble opinion. 50 bucks. So because there's a concert down here, yep, everyone's going to be gouging for the parking prices too. So that's always fun, getting to deal with that. I haven't, Tony, and I want to. I'm hoping tonight, even though there won't be street performers, I'm hoping he will be down here, because he was the very first live streamer I ever watched in Vegas. Because I watched Jeremy in LA and his driving videos and stuff, and then I was like, well, I wonder how many people are doing this in Vegas. And of course I quickly realized there's a lot of them, but Poppy Chulo's channel was the very first one that popped up, and I started watching it. I'm like, what a character, man. And he's got such a personality on him. As the kids would say nowadays, he's got the Riz, or short for charisma, but they call it the Riz now. He's definitely got charisma, and he's a lot of fun to watch, especially when he and JoJo are together. JoJo the squirrel, a lot of fun to watch. And some of the things that they say, it's just hysterical, It's like, how do you think of this stuff? I can't. I can't think of this stuff. And it seems to happen like boom, 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 too. They're like right on top of it. See the line of taxis right here at Carson, on the other side of Golden Nugget, here in downtown Las Vegas. And you can see, you get the cabanas at the pool up there on the second floor. Wonder how much those are going for. Lady J, yeah, she's really, really nice. In fact, my wife, Cinnamon and Jupiter, she wanted to, at one point, Lady J said she wanted to start her own channel. Right on, Mike. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so my wife was like, oh, I hope she starts her own channel. But it was always hard for me to try to get down to the Strip, because you have to pay to park almost everywhere down there, and I didn't feel like walking from TI, where the parking's still free, down to where they usually hang out down there in front of like Harrah's and stuff. So this is, like the first time I would actually have the opportunity to see them. I know they've been down here every night since Wednesday night. So we wait for the stragglers to finish walking across here. City of Las Vegas Marshals over here, they deal with city-owned property and events that go on here in the city. And here is the Fremont Street Experience. Sans street performers this evening. When they do the concerts down here, they do not allow the street performers. Fremont Casino there. Hotel parking only. So they don't have any public parking, I guess. This is Ogden right here, where we'll make a right in just a moment. We've got some pedestrians crossing here. PK and Ms. K gave Papi Chulo. I saw that. Yeah, that was awesome. That was really, really cool. Yeah, that was a nice welcome back. I hope so too. I hope she starts it too, because I know Cinnamon. She was like, yeah, I want to see her channel. That would be really cool. So if I see them tonight, I'm definitely asking her about that. There's JoJo. Snake Pit, right on it. Thank you so much. Snake Pit is an awesome mod. So are all of my mods. Thank you guys so much. It was on Friday. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I know I also saw Joe was on last night too, straight out of Vegas. He was on last night too. He did Dr. Rock, and then they did like some sort of, what was it called? Dark Chapel rock band or something. As we take a look over here at Pizza Rock. Very good pizza place right there. $5 craps there at the downtown Grand being advertised. Only a block off of Fremont Street here. 103, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate you guys being here. I understand if you're silent watchers, I do that myself, so thank you so much. Liking and subscribing really helps recommend us to other viewers. Gonna make this right here onto Las Vegas Boulevard. Head back a block over to Fremont Street. Yeah, last night I think there were probably 4 or 5 different live streamers down here on Fremont. But there's always something going on. That's the thing. Even if it's not on the Experience and over on the east side, the East District, that's where things tend to happen more frequently, I would say, than under the canopy there at Fremont Street Experience. And again, the security at Fremont Street Experience, they tend to be on top of everything. Javion, the guy that runs it down here, he's really, really good. And he does his intelligence work. He knows what's going on, so. Now, of course, anything can happen anywhere at any given time, right? Oh, I see, Paul. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I saw he was going to unbox another e-bike or scooter. I haven't gotten the chance to watch that yet. I saw that thumbnail, though. So back here, Surfside, iced tea and vodka here at Hennessy's Tavern. That used to be a big, giant Guinness glass, but no more. So come down here to Fremont Street. This is where the Fremont Street Experience ends, the pedestrian mall promenade. And we'll wait here. In the meantime, we'll show you Fremont East District Arch right there, as well as Ibarra's Street Tacos. These signs light up at night and make for quite a beautiful picture. In fact, that's the catwalk right there on the 3rd floor of Neonopolis that you can get up there too. And check it out. You can get up there and do some great selfies up there if you want. Look at all the stuff on that light pole. Like cables and cameras and stuff up there. Oh, nice. Okay, cool, Tony. Thank you. Very cool. Oh, thank you, Snake Pit. You rock, buddy. Thank you so much. You rock. That's awesome. Yeah, TikTok takes a lot of work. You got to get to 10,000 followers on there to get monetized. So it's I've been on there for 2 years now. July 1st of 2023. It takes a lot of work on there. And then, of course, filming a slot machine there didn't help me at all either last week, because then I got a strike of some sort, but it'll fall off after 90 days, they said. But I didn't realize. I guess because I'm so used to YouTube. YouTube lets you, film slot machines, film your gambling, whatever. There's Evil Pie right there, and the ongoing battle between who has the best pizza here in downtown. There's Electric Mushroom that replaced Therapy. As we come up here to 6th Street, you can see Backstage Bar and Billiards over there, and that's Commonwealth. that becomes a pretty happening nightclub down here on the corner of 6th and Fremont in the evenings. And then over here on that other corner, you see El Cortez. El Cortez has been there since 1941, you guys. November of 41, so a month before Pearl Harbor. Long, long history there. Be real, I was just talking about you. Thank you for coming in, man. Thank you so much. Talking about all the viewers we have from internationally, right? All over the world. Thank you so much for being here. And speaking of all over the world, please check out Vids from Mike. VIDSFROMMIKE. Again, his channel has the name Michael at the top of it. So definitely check that out. This is Container Park right here with the praying mantis that snorts fire. Right there. And there is the former silver slipper, right now pink slipper, located right there. Wait, do I want to? No, I don't want to make this turn. Oh, goodness. Let me back up and get behind this guy here. Yeah, not just mods, man. Yeah, I have the best group of chatters in all of YouTube. You guys are terrific. I love when you guys, you know each other from other channels and stuff, and you're all bonded and know what's going on here in Vegas. That's really, really cool. I love that. That's the way it should be. This is what I wanted to turn down, 9th Street, okay. Oh, it was made for that. Okay, so my bad. So Tobin, so then the original silver slipper's then in front of the Neon Museum then, right? I didn't realize that one. Okay, I had it backwards. And are you guys crossing, or? This lot, it says, is $5, but then you go up to the machine to pay, and it'll say special event pricing, $5 million to park here this evening. So these right here, you guys, you see the street lamps here for this parking lot, and you have some dudes up there just hanging out, literally. Pink, yellow. Oh, right on, Tony. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. It really does. I know for Papi Chulo, and as you see some more down there, so a green one and like a beige one, as well as a pink one down there. But it's one of those things on Fremont that you just never really notice until one of your terrific mods points it out to you. Shout out to Tobin. Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, it's weird, right? Like, so when I meet other streamers that I've watched for, some time, like a couple months or something, I'm always like, hey, how are you doing? Good to see you, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, who are you? Because you're like, I feel like I know you. I watch you, on YouTube and stuff. And, it's like with regular celebrities, TV celebrities and stuff, right? Because you let them into your home when you watch their shows and stuff, right? And then when you see them out, like I do at the Star Trek convention and stuff like that, or have in the past, and I'll be like, "Hey, how are you?" And oh, I'm good. How are you, sir? Like, okay, I have to remember. Yeah, it's this guy's crossing right here in the crosswalk. Western Hotel, that is no longer, but the sign still stands right here. And then Atomic Liquors right up here on the right. And again, this is where in the first Hangover movie, this part of Fremont Street was where when Mr. Chow crashed into the guys with his Escalade. And demanded money. And so, very, very interesting movie. If you've never seen it, highly recommend it, especially because it's in Vegas. Most of it is in Vegas. the very first one. The third one goes all over the place. It's like they end up in Tijuana. As you take a look here at some of these old-time motels still lining Fremont Street here. They end up in Tijuana, then they end up like somewhere else. John Goodman's in it. But then they ultimately end up back here in Vegas when Ed Helms' character, Andy, says, someone needs to burn this place to the ground. So here we go. We are here in the heart of the Fremont East District, but now we're past it. Actually, this is the Fremont that you see all the hotels or motels up here. Now hiring $20 an hour plus full-time plus benefits. $20 an hour doesn't get you very far nowadays. $800 a week, and that's assuming full-time. So we come up here to Bruce Street. You see a lot of videos up and down Bruce Street, so feel free to check those out in our video library. The casino still exists. Okay, cool. Thank you, Tobin. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, cool, Tobin. I didn't realize that. Okay, Michigan, and good luck. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate all of you being here. This is the most folks we've had for a live stream before. No, well, I mean for a live stream. I think we were up to like 161 one night for Sugar, which was big for this channel. So thank you guys so very, very much. I'm here because of you guys. And there's some shells of some old cars there. Tire shops, these are a dime a dozen over here on the east side of town. So many tire shops. And speaking of Sugar, they won't be performing tonight. Hectic, thank you. Thank you for being here. 127, right on. Yeah, it's, they're not performing tonight, and then they're performing, I think, Monday and Friday night next week. And then Saturday night, so they actually got an extra night. But they've been debuting these new bands down here. I don't know if you guys have been seeing all the new names down here. Glam and some other groups. Oh, nice, Steve. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. We do all things Vegas here on the Vegas Don channel. Try to bring you the glitz and glam of the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street, in addition to everything from all over the place here in Vegas. And I always like pulling in here when I have time to show you guys the Blue Angel Motel. Oh, she's not moving, Tobin. She's stationary. She would swivel from side to side, but she is not moving. They restored this and preserved it, relocated it over here, like they've done with a lot of the old-time Vegas signs. But she is not swiveling right now, unfortunately. Shane, thank you so much. Oh, Shane, I'm sorry, I misspoke. My bad. Shane, thank you so much. She is asleep, yes. She works nights. That's true. She works nights, so she'll probably be getting up in a couple hours. It's AM, PM right here at the corner of Charleston and Fremont Street. Hubcap Annie there across the street. We're going to back up here to Fremont and head back towards the Experience. I will find myself a parking space. $3.33 a gallon for regular unleaded cash price here at this Arco. And I'll find myself a parking spot, and then once I get situated, I will start the live stream again. Rome, of formerly Sublime with Rome. I think that's the legal name for it now or something. At 9 p.m. Pacific, but I'll start streaming before then. So probably about 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. And we'll go over here, which is illegal, as you know what. Not supposed to do that. My bad. Yes, Jackie, that definitely. Definitely, there's a lot of calls for service in this area. You've got a lot of different illegal activities going on, all up and down the Fremont corridor here, east of the Fremont Street Experience. Of course, you have illegal activity going on inside the Fremont Street Experience too, but that's a little more subdued. They try to conceal it a little bit better. But here, yeah, this is definitely, can definitely qualify as hood for sure. Little Chad, welcome. Thank you for being here. So grateful for all of you guys. You guys are what makes this channel. Otherwise, I'm just out here talking to myself. So I'm so thankful for all of you. Tio Pepe, that's a chain, I think. I've seen that name before. Uncle Pepe Tires. I think that's a chain. Gas station there that doesn't have any prices on it sign. So I wouldn't be able to do any Sugar late night live streams tonight since they will not be present. Bling will be down there, but my guess is by then we'll have several live streamers down there at that point, so they'll probably be covering that as well. But I've been looking forward to Sublime. Last year Sublime performed, and I'm saying Sublime, but Rome with Sublime. He performed at the 3rd Street stage, and it was packed down there. This year being at the 1st Street stage, I'm hoping, I spoke to the bartender, I texted him, said I plan on being there, please reserve a seat for me. He said sure thing, so we'll see how it goes. I know that they don't, you know, when they do things like this, they don't want you to carry around a backpack, but I do have the backpack and I need to see if I can just avoid the metal detectors by going straight into the restaurant. Because I've been able to do that in the past. Unfortunately, it's, yeah, with these metal detectors, they want everything in like a clear plastic bag, like 8 by 14 or something like that. No bigger than 8 by 14. So they can see in it and all that. Interesting too, when I came down here for New Year's, I did not have a clear bag. I had a backpack and they searched it. I mean, they looked through it. Of course, I didn't have anything in there that was gonna hurt anyone, so they let me through. But they're getting stricter. It's unfortunate. You bet, little Chad. I've done my, yeah, and Tobin mentioned it too. So I got the Windex out. I'm gonna make that a part of my regular Friday. Put that on my schedule for Fridays to get out here and clean up the windows first. And it's been raining, right, sporadically this week here with the monsoon season, so I was worried there might be a little bit of rain still left over today, but thankfully there wasn't, so that's good. Because then that would have ruined the windshield yet again, with all the dirt kicking up off the roadways and stuff. But guys, thank you so very, very much for being here. I really appreciate you. You have no idea, it means everything to me that all of you are here. Please like and subscribe. We do all things Vegas here on the Vegas Don channel. And moderators, if you wouldn't mind dropping one more time, Tony Teresi, Vids from Mike, and of course, Cinnamon and Jupiter channels here on YouTube. Cinnamon and Jupiter is my wife's channel. She does astrology and spirituality. And even if that's not your thing, if you could still like and subscribe, it would really mean a ton to us. I totally drove by this and forgot to mention it. The Big Rig Jig right there. Art at Ferguson's. Formerly Ferguson's Motel there. And there are the mannequins hanging out, literally, right there on those streetlight posts. Absolutely. You guys are awesome. And shout out to my mods. Best mods. Best mods. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Vids for Mike, he does sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos, in addition to other things, including a brand new video that he just dropped about an hour and a half ago. Definitely want to check that out. Snake Pit, thank you so much for being here, brother. I know you're busy, man. Absolutely Excel, thank you so much. I'm gonna go find myself a parking spot and get this party started, guys. So hopefully you'll be able to join me for Rome, formerly of Sublime with Rome. here in a little bit. We'll see you guys on the next one, where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Thank you again so very, very much. We'll see you next time.